Assalamualaikum and hi, I am Noffianti binti Sabudi from BEEE section 1/1. So today I would like to explain about lab 3 programming, which is repetition control. So we will go through the question first. As for the question, the section A is create a new empty file in the code block and rewrite the following C source code. Okay, so we are going to rewrite all of this in the code block. If you have code block, as for me, I don't have a code block, so I'm using an online debugger, which is GDB Online Debugger. It's an online compiler and debugger for C and C++. Okay, so I already write the program here. As for the first time user, you can choose your language here. This is the selection of the language. As for me, I am using the C language. So then click run to check our input. Okay, so this is the output of my program. Please enter the number of employee. Okay, the program requests us to enter the number of employee. As for the number of employee, according to the lab, we are going to use 4 person. Enter hours for employee 1. Okay, as for the hours and rate, you can just refer to the lab. Okay, this one. This is the hours and rate for the employee. As for employee 1, X hour 4.5. Oops. 8 hours 4.5. As for the next employee, if 9 hours 4.2. As for the third employee, 6 hours 5.7. 6 hours 5.7. And for employee 4, 7.465. 7.465. So as you can see here, the program will calculate the hours and rate of each of the employee. Then at the end, it will calculate all together the value of the employees. Okay, so as you can see here, the total payment made is 140.55. So same goes to our program, this one. Okay, as for the next question is, okay, this one. While output interface remain exactly the same, modify the above source code and replacing while iteration statement with do, while, and for. Okay, so we are going to construct another program which is do, while, and for with the same output. Okay, as for do, while, I will explain you the difference between while, do, while, and for. Okay, I already construct this one, do, while, and this one is for. As for while statement will check the condition first, then execute the statement. The users can execute the statement. As for the do, while, it will execute the statement first, then it will check the condition. And as for the for statement, it will, as you can see here, this one, it have all the initial value, condition, and increment. As for the first one, if the initial value, you can reverse it here. As for the second one is the condition, which is the same we use for do, while, this one, and also for while, this one. All of this is the condition. So as for it will be right here, and as for the last one is increment. This will and the increment that used to calculate all 4 of the employee. Okay, with the same input and output, we will test the program. Click run. Then this is our output. Enter the number of employee 4 Employee 1, 8 hours, rate 4.5. Employee 2, 9 hours, 4.2. And as for employee 3, I don't remember it. 5.7, 5.7. 6 hours, 5.7. As for employee 4, 7 hours, I think. 7 hours, 4.65. 7 hours, 4.65. Oops, 4.65. Okay, as you can see, the output for while and do while is just the same. All of the output just the same. The only thing changed is the program itself, the code. As for we will test the program run. The input, we are going to use the same input as while and do while. The number of employee for hours 8, 4.59, 4.2, 6, 5.7, 7, 4.65. Okay, so this is the output for statement. Okay, so all of the output is just the same. So the program already meet the requirement of the question with output interface remain exactly the same. Okay, so that's all for section A. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Hanannia binti Marhalim. So today I will explain about lab 3, repetition control for section B. The question asks to write a program using nested for statement to create a two-dimensional array with the size of 3 times 3. So here I use the online GDB compiler to write the program. Okay, firstly, I start with the basic structure of C program, which is hashtag include stdio.h int main void. This one is stand for standard input output.header. Next, I use int data type. Int is used for the value without decimal number. And here, I declare the variable. Next, I use the printf. All of this in the printf will display at the output part. As I run the program, the output will become like this, exactly the same with the one I write here. Okay, the function of \n is for the output to display in the next line. So we can see here there is some space. Okay. Next, this is the command for user to enter elements in the matrix. The user will enter value here. For the next is this is the statement for nested for. I equal to 0 is the initial value. I is for the row and j is for column. Okay, for the scanf part, we use %d as the placeholder when we use int data type, and the symbol here is symbol that represent an address. And here, the data is assigned to the variable. Okay. For the next, the matrix is this is will display again the value that the user enter here. For the example, okay, I will enter value here. Okay, as we can see, the output will become like this. The metric is, okay, this is the value that the user enter. Okay, for this part, it is for the 3 times 3 column. Okay, and this part, the function of backslash t is used as a tab, so there will become a space here.